everyone. So today I finally wanted to tackle doing this video for you all. A lot of you have been asking if I could do a boot listing of basically a boot version to my recommendation for last year's winter coats, and I finally wanted to tackle this video for you all. I have spent all morning and all afternoon doing my research for all the boots that I would recommend for you guys. So there are going to be a bunch of companies on here that you may have heard of or never heard of, and a bunch of boots you've maybe never even considered checking out. Of course, to start off the bat, it's one of the more popular companies out there. It's probably one of the most well-known companies out there too. A lot of people mention the name of this brand when winter coats are brought up, and it is Sorel. Sorel is a Canadian brand. Though the boots are no longer made in Canada, they are made in China. They come with a 1-year warranty, which is fairly common with most footwear companies. The sizes for women range from a 5 to a size 12, and overall there are a ton of boots on this list after looking at the collection that are okay. First, let me start off. I was actually incredibly surprised when it came to Sorel. The collection of their boots has definitely improved fashion-wise. They do have and are some very, very fashionable boots. They are designed to look gorgeous for sure. The downfall to some of the boots is the quality, from what I have heard and from what I have also read on their website with their reviews. A lot of the more common boots, a lot of people have said that there have been cracking and breaking and splitting of their rubber soles. Now, rubber plays a massive factor into a good winter boot because you need something that isn't going to crack or break through the winter season, and something that's also going to help you from slipping and tripping on ice. So yes, you need a rubber outsole. No, I do not recommend wearing a rain boot as a winter boot. Most of the rain boots out there, with most of those popular companies, those rubber boots are not made to survive cold weather. So do not put your expensive rain boots at risk for the freezing temperatures that we face here in Canada. They are waterproof, but the rubber is cheap rubber in some cases and is not going to hold up. Now, there are two boots that I picked out from Sorel that had decent reviews from feedback from customers, and I personally fell in love with. This is the Women's Glacy Explorer boot for $170. It's definitely one of the cheaper boots from Sorel. Overall, it doesn't look like it's the super heavy duty, which is the problem that I have with Sorel boots. It's the only reason I have not purchased a Sorel boot, is not only do they not fit me comfortably, but that round, heavy toe box that's rubber and thick, and just, it's overall not my boot. Like, it would not be the first choice of boot. If I had to pick Sorel, this is the boot I would recommend. Overall, it had good feedback, and it just doesn't look like the heavy-duty boots that they sell. Aside from this boot, the only other boot I would recommend from Sorel is the Women's Kate the Great Wedge boot. This is a suede and leather boot. It is pricier. It is about $300. It is a tall but sexy wedge boot. Now, this is a boot I would wear definitely every day. This is something I definitely didn't expect from Sorel, and I think a lot of people would be very surprised checking out their collection. Overall, these boots are waterproof, they are insulated, and they are built to last. The only reason I didn't put some of the other more common boots on this list is because of the negative reviews. So it'll be interesting to see if there are positive feedbacks this year for, the sole problem with their other boots. But these are the only two boots I would recommend you all checking out from Sorel. Now, moving away from Sorel, there is another super popular company out there that everybody, or a lot of women, love, and I don't necessarily love. It is UGG Australia. A lot of women love UGG boots, and I do not own a single pair of UGG boots. I do not find them flattering. The only pair that I have ever been slightly tempted to get is the one pair of UGG boots that have the bows on the back. It definitely shows my girly girl side. It's the only boot that I've thought was incredibly adorable. But overall, I do not consider regular, like the classic suede boot, to be a winter boot. They are not built for winter, like for the winter season. I did not put them on this list. The only winter boot I would highly recommend from UGG is their Adirondack boot. This is their tall version. It is a very painful price. It is a $435 boot. Now, the UGG boots collection as well has a 1-year warranty, and the sizes do run from a 5 to a size 12. Now, the Adirondack is a waterproof sheepskin lining boot. It has a Vibram sole. I love Vibram soles. They are incredibly durable and long-lasting soles, and for $135, I mean, if you're looking for something to contend with basically the Sorel boot, this is the better version to the classic Sorel boot. This is the only other similar looking boot to the Sorel that I would recommend. Yes, they are incredibly expensive. They are rated to a -20-degree weather. Now, I mean, -20 degrees isn't that high, and a lot of people are very hung up about temperature ratings. I've already ranted about this. I hope all of you don't stick too much to the temperature rating. Yes, it's important, but if you're wearing a thick wool sock or a ski sock or even a snowboard sock, that'll definitely bump up the temperature rating. If you have problems with circulation with your toes, I understand. This is a boot I would recommend, and I would highly recommend getting some heating packs so that you can stick to the bottom of your toes. The shorter version to this is the Adirondack boot number 2. It is a leather suede, same deal. It's basically the shorter version to the Adirondack tall. It is $298. Overall, again, both these boots come in a variety of colors. I do have to say that most people think that UGG boots are still made in Australia. I was surprised when I found this out, but for the last 2 years, they are actually made in China. So overall, these boots are definitely on the higher end, but they are built to definitely last, and the quality is there to keep you warm and dry. So check them out if you guys are interested or willing to spend the price, or are obsessed with UGG boots. These are the only 2 pairs of UGG boots that I would recommend. Now, getting away from UGG and Sorel, the other company that's been definitely making ground, I would highly recommend and say, is a Canadian company. They are made in Montreal. The sizes range from 5 to 10. Pajar is a Canadian company that has been, again, making ground recently. I've been having a lot of customers recently coming in the last year. I had a lot of customers coming to me asking me if I sold these, or if the company that I work for sold them. I don't think we did, and then we did, and then we didn't, and then we did. Whatever. Pajar is definitely a company I highly recommend all of you check out. The only downfall is that I couldn't find too many descriptive parts to their boots on their pages, but I picked out a couple of boots that I highly would recommend. This is the Alice for $210 from Pajar. These boots, a majority of their collection does have wool, they have suede, but it's like the best of the best quality, and for the price, it's not that bad. $210, yes, it's a very expensive boot, but if you're looking for quality, you can definitely, when a company doesn't have a strict outline warranty, that definitely, as far as in the footwear world, definitely tells you that they stick by their quality. I couldn't find that on their website, so I'm going to assume that it's a case by case with them. That is the Alice. This is the Grip Zip. It's a very tall boot. It is from Pajar as well. The Grip Zip is a $240 boot. It has a sole grip bottom. Again, if you're looking for something where you're going to be walking around in all day, this is going to give you that protection and coverage. The other boot that I fell in love with from Pajar is the Carry. It is a very expensive boot. It is a $415 boot. Now, the Alice and the grip zip are, the temperature ratings are up to -30 degrees, so that's a plus if you're really fixated on that. It is a higher rating. The Carry is rated up to -40. Now, when you get away from synthetics and start using natural fabrics like suede and shearling, usually that will help to retain a lot of heat naturally. They're going to be naturally waterproof, so that's where the temperature ratings do tend to jump up. The other boot that I fell in love with from Pajar is the Cassandra. This is a gorgeous looking boot and is definitely the most expensive boot on the list. It is a $500 pair of boots. It is rated up to -40, and it looks like it is shearling lined, so it is going to be a very toasty boot, along with the Riviera. Now this is a sexy looking boot. I would love to have these boots in my closet. For $450, they are rated as well to be a -40 degree boot and hold up in that kind of weather. These have a great grip on the bottom as well, so it shouldn't intimidate you as far as the fact that they have a heel, but it's just short enough heel that you should be able to walk around in all day long. So Pajar, I think, will be making ground, and I think a lot of you should check them out. If you're looking for inexpensive to very expensive, they have the full spectrum of amazing quality boots. I will leave all the descriptions and all the websites and all the pages to all of these boots down in the description box down below, as always. So if you guys want to check them out, I will link all that stuff down below. Now, another very popular and common brand out there is the North Face. A lot of you are diehards, so I had to put it on the list. And comparing North Face to something like Sorel, I am actually shocked and surprised just as much as I was with Sorel's collection. I fell in love with a bunch of North Face's boots. I think that they're great boots for $179.99, so basically $180. There is the women's Thermoball utility boot. It had incredible reviews. Now, the reason I picked it out is because it doesn't look like it's one of those super heavy boots. It looks like it does. Yes, it does have a rubber sole out to it. The Thermoball boot is a waterproof insulated boot. Thermoball basically is North Face's technology that works like down, but it's a synthetic, so it wicks moisture away a lot better. It's waterproof, it's insulated. The bottom sole of this, the one thing that made me very interested in this boot is it has an ice pick, temperature sensitive outsole lug. So basically the outsole, the rubber sole of this boot is super intense, and from all the reviews that I read about this boot, it's definitely highly recommended. A lot of people loved this boot. If I were to purchase a heavy duty, everyday, playing in the snow, hiking, this is on that list of boots. I would highly recommend you guys check it out. The price is also not too painful to look at, and overall it comes in a variety of colors. North Face's collection, they have a ton of colors, they have a ton of options, and they're definitely reasonably priced, and the quality definitely seems there versus, you know, what Sorel is facing with the quality being not so much there. I believe North Face 1-year warranty, size 5 to 11. I couldn't find their I couldn't find where exactly they make their boots. I'm sure it's somewhere in China. I'm sure it's somewhere all over Asia, but that's the one thing I couldn't find about the North Face boots. The other boot on the North Face list is the Chelista. I think that's how you pronounce it. Again, it'll be in the description box down below. It is a tall boot. The reason I picked it out because it is a tall boot, so it's going to give you maximum coverage for $189.99, $190. It is a waterproof Primaloft insulated boot. The outsole as well is the North Face Winter Grip rubber outsole with ice pick lugs. Basically, it seems like it's going to be your heavy duty boot, but it also looks fairly, you know, reasonably kind of sexy. The other boot from North Face, it's the third and last boot I picked from North Face, is very similar to the next company that I'm going to tackle, but it is the Women's Chill Cat Tech boot for $189.99. This boot, I picked it out because it is a Gore-Tex, probably one of the best waterproofing out there. Gore-Tex waterproofing Tech TPU shank support arch along with the Vibram outsole. I love Vibram. They make incredibly, again, lasting outsoles. They last a long time. They're incredibly comfortable, along with the Ice Trek rubber outsole. Overall, I love these styled of boots. Salomon makes very similar boots like this. A lot of hiking companies make similar boots like this, because it is lighter weight, it's going to give you the coverage, and it's just going to be, it's going to be easier to walk around in all day. Like, really consider, if you're going to be walking around all long day and you don't want to bring not necessarily want to bring a change of shoes, this is going to be the style that you should look for. Now, the next company is Blundstones. Blundstones is been around for a very long time. They also do a Vibram outsole. They also do a winter boot. Now, some of you may be laughing because I've actually done a review video for the Blundstone because I own a pair of Blundstones. These are my Blundstones. I haven't cleaned them, and I do need to give them a little bit of love because, like all leather boots, you do need to maintain, especially a boot like this that is mostly leather. You do want to clean them. Blundstones sell sponges specifically with a cleaning solution that cleans up the boots, and there are a ton of other companies out there like Nick Wax that I've mentioned before that create products to help waterproof your boots more so than they already are. Leather is naturally waterproof, but to help, you know, them stay waterproof and help with, you know, the seam staying waterproof, there are products out there that, you know, I would recommend you checking out to basically keeping them waterproof. But these are my Blundstones. This is what I spent these are almost 4 years old. No, 3 years old now. They are completely waterproof. They are insulated with PrimaLoft. They are the most comfortable boots I've owned, and that I have in my closet. I've hiked in these. I've actually gone snowshoeing with these babies. They are incredibly, incredibly comfortable. I highly recommend them. The reason I bought these over something again like Sorel is because they are so light. The sole is very heavy duty. I have never slipped once in these bad boys. I've gone hiking in these. I've gone walking in these for the entire day. I've worked 9-hour shifts in these. These are definitely incredibly comfortable. They come with a shirling. I don't know if I'll be able to get it out because I don't think I've taken it out in a very long time. Mine's a little, you know, worse for wear, but they come with a shirling insole that definitely helps with keeping your feet nice and warm. I'm not going to be able to get that back in there now, but overall, these boots are incredibly durable. So if you're looking for everyday, they are unisex. They come in a kid's version. These are unisex again, men's, women's. If you guys are looking for something a little, you know, just basic, simple, these are the best boots you could probably find on the market. They are $229.95. The picture that I showed you is the black leather winter boot, is the black version to the ones that I have. They aren't named anything specific. They are actually numbered. So the black version is 566, and then the version that I have is 584. Now, warranty wise with Blundstones are, from the sounds of it, very case by case. Because it's such a high quality boot, I'm sure they don't run into a whole lot of problems. Wear and tear is not included in any sort of a warranty, but basically from the sounds of it, it is very case by case. I haven't had any sort of problems with mine, so it is something that I would definitely throw out there because I've just had a great experience with mine. They are made in Vietnam, China, Singapore, India, and Europe. So these guys are made all over the world. So check them out if you want a great quality, warm, incredibly warm winter boot that isn't too overwhelming. The only downfall is that they are short, but honestly, I wear a pair of jeans when I go hiking, and I wear a pair of leggings underneath to keep me warm, so whatever. It doesn't really bother me that much. Jumping into another company, I find that this company, Bogs, is very popular with the parents for the kids more so than the parents, but I've seen a lot of parents walking around with these boots. I think mostly because they are so easy to pull on and put on. A lot of parents like sticking with these boots. I know it's getting darker because the sun is setting, so I'm trying to get through this video quickly, but Bogs are made in China. The sizes range for women from a 6 to a size 11. there are a couple pairs of boots that I picked out. The reason I am not a huge fan of Bogs, again, is because they have a thick, massive, heavy-duty rubber outsole. They are very heavy, but they are going to keep you warm. These are the Sydney Solid Mid. They are a lighter weight version. They are rated for temperature rating to be up to -15 degrees. They are waterproof, lightweight, and Neotech insulated. For $105, they are the cheapest boot on this list. The other version to that boot is the Sydney Solid Tall for $125. Same thing, waterproof, insulated boot. Now, the reason I think a lot of parents love these boots is for the holes right there. They're basically hand holed, so you just pull them on, super easy to put on. Kids-wise, they're incredibly durable. I see a lot of kids running around in these boots because they are such a great quality. The other boot from Bog that I picked out is the Prairie. It is $220. This is the more heavy-duty version. It is going to be heavier. It's going to be bulkier. It is actually red, though my camera is not picking it up. It is a wool and shearling lined boot, Neotech insulated as well, so it's going to be a warm boot from Bogs. Now, getting away from Bogs, getting into Manitobah, that is the last and final company on this list. Manitobah is a Canadian company. It's Aboriginal-based company. They make mucklucks, moccasins, and everything in between. These are some of the most gorgeous boots I have seen in person. They are stunning. I own a pair, and I will show you guys them in just a second. I love these boots, and these have been my primary winter boots for the last 4 years. This pair is the Matisse Muckluck for $349. They come in a variety of colors. They are rabbit fur on the outside, and as you can tell, there is stunning beading on the outside as well. They have a Vibram outsole as well. The Vibram sole has a story in and of itself. These boots, a majority of the mucklucks and moccasins have stories to each one of them. They're stunning boots, and if you take care of them, they can last so long. The other one is the Canada Muckluck for $299. Again, they are pricey, but they last so long, and they're so incredibly warm. That's these guys. They come with a snowflake little design on the outside of them. Again, I believe it is rabbit fur that's just been dyed. These sizes range from a 5 to 11 for women, and they are Canadian made. The other boot on this list from Manitoba is a pair that I own, and it is the Tall Wrap Muckluck. They are just stunning boots. They are incredibly warm. These are incredibly tall. I am about 5'7", and these hit me just below my kneecap. So they're incredibly tall. The warmest pair of boots I have ever worn in my entire life. I can say that hands down. They are a wrap boot, so that is the only downfall. They do take a couple minutes to put on in the morning. They have like a fleece lining on the inside. It's, I swear to God, the most warm. I've had countless comments on these boots, and so incredibly warm. There is the beading on the outside, and here is the sole. After about 4 years of wear. This, I mean, it's like brand new. I've worn these in the salt. I've worn them on snow. I've gone hiking in these. I've done just about everything in these. But this is like this, what I was saying, the outsole has a story in and of itself designed into the boot. But overall, these are the best pair of boots that are sitting in my closet right now. And there are 2 more pairs of boots on this list that I would die to have. Just die. I would die. This is the Bear Gatherer from Manitoba. Another pair of moccasins, or mucklucks, I should say. They are $299, and they just have a gorgeous design on them, as well as the Hummingbird and Flower Gatherer. This is basically the same boot, but just in white with a gorgeous hummingbird design on the outside of them. They are stunning boots, and I am telling you, these boots last you a long time. Any leather boot will last you a really long time. You just have to take care of them. Just like any product that you own, any winter coat you own out there, you have to store store them properly. You have to clean them properly. Like I mentioned, Blundstones do have their own cleaning kits. So do UGG. They do sell cleaning kits and like other cleaning products and waterproofing products. There is a very simple recipe, cleaning recipe to leather that I did find and suede. I found online. Vinegar and water. It's 1 part vinegar and 3 parts water. You can put it in a spray bottle, spray down your boots, and it helps clean out the salt stains and salt. Basically, there is Nikwax as well as a company. Overall, they make a variety of waterproofing products for leather shoes, to your coats, to washing your coats, like for some of the products out there, some of the Gore products or waterproof products out there. Nikwax is definitely a company to check out. There are a ton of shoe stores out there that also sell, you know, sprays and creams that basically what you want to do with a basic... First of all, let me just say, this is a basic pair of leather boots that I've had now for, I think, 2 seasons. I've gotten tons and tons of compliments on these boots. I think these guys are made by Charles by Charles David. Super basic, good quality leather pair of boots. I've worn them all winter long. The sole has not given out. If you don't want to spend a couple $100s on a heavy duty rubber winter boot, go with a good quality pair of leather boots. Honestly, if you clean them, if you treat them, my mom, old school, like rubs Vaseline in the seams. It helps waterproofing. It'll help keep basically the leather moist, and it'll keep it hydrated. Basically, if you can keep your leather products clean and treat them properly, they will last you a really long time, along with keeping you warm with a good pair of socks. Like if I wear my snowboard socks and these guys on a really cold day, I'm good. I'm good for the day. They're super light. They're not heavy duty. That's why I don't own a pair of Sorels or North Face or anything. I've survived just wearing leather boots. Especially if you live in the city, you don't necessarily need to wear heavy duty boots. That is another option for you guys. There are other companies that I did not mention in this video that I want to give an honorable mention to. There is Columbia, there is Rudsack and Solomon. There are other companies out there that make great shoes and boots and hiking boots and other boots that could help you survive the winter season. These are just some of the best options that I've picked out for you guys. I know this has been a very long-winded video, but as always, I wanted to give you guys the best options and as much information to get you through shopping through the winter season for a warm pair of winter boots. So that's basically all I have to say finally. If you guys have any questions, as always, you can leave it in the comment section down below. You guys can reach me through my Twitter or my Instagram. A bunch of you guys have been hitting me up, asking me questions in the comment section. You guys can always start a conversation down there between you all or between me. I'm always online. I'm always answering. I'm trying my best to keep up with all of you. As always, you guys can, the best and the quickest way is probably through Twitter and Instagram, because I always have my phone on me. I hope you guys are staying warm out there. I hope you guys are having a fun time shopping for the winter season, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.